All right, let's talk about product management. If you're just starting out, it can feel like this huge, unclimbable mountain of jargon and frameworks. But here's the good news. With the right guides and a solid game plan, you'll have the map you need. So, let's dive in.
Does this sound familiar? You're ready to go, you're eager to learn, but the sheer volume of books and courses and opinions out there is, well, it's kind of paralyzing. You're left wondering, where do I even begin? That's exactly the question we're going to tackle right now.
You know, it's so tempting to just jump straight into the frameworks, right? The methodologies, the canvases. But in a field that is so full of noise, the most important first step isn't about learning what to do, it's about learning who to listen to. Finding that clear signal, that's your first real challenge.
So who do the pros actually trust? Well, take Leah Theron. Her name comes up again and again for her super clear, no-nonsense takes on product-led growth. As one PM put it, she's brilliant and incapable of BS. I mean, that's pretty much the perfect combo you're looking for in a guide, isn't it?
And then you've got someone like Alina Verna. People will tell you she's incredibly smart, incredibly talented, but also hilarious. And honestly, it's a great reminder that learning all this stuff doesn't have to be a total bore. Finding people who are not just insightful but also engaging, that can make all the difference.
And look, the list just keeps going. You've got thinkers like Brian Balfour on AI, the OG guru Marty Kagan, but maybe the best starting point comes from Ravi Mehta. He gets to the heart of it by asking a super simple but totally profound question every PM has to answer. What is this gig? And that question, it's our perfect pivot from who to learn from to what you need to learn first.
So to even begin to answer that question, you have to nail this one critical distinction, the difference between the business why and the product what. They're totally connected, for sure, but they are not the same thing.
Okay, think of it like this. Your business strategy is the 30,000-foot view. It's the company's grand vision, the big why, and that's owned by the top brass, the founders, the C-suite. Then you have product strategy. This is way more focused. It's the game plan for how your specific product is going to make that big vision a reality. It's the what you're building, and that's owned by the product team. They have to be in perfect sync, but they're doing two very different jobs.
And holding up that whole business strategy is the business model. This is like the engine room of the whole thing. It's the core logic of your entire operation. It boils down to one simple but massive question. How do we make something valuable, get it to people, and, capture some of that value back?
So how do you actually map out that logic? Well, one of the most powerful tools ever created for this is the Business Model Canvas. It's basically a blueprint for turning a business idea into a real plan. And the best part? It's all on one single page. Think of the canvas as a shared language. It lets everyone in the room see, discuss, and even reinvent the business model together. It's got 9 essential building blocks. Now, we're not going to break down all 9 today. That's a whole other topic. Instead, we're going to laser focus on the 2 that are the absolute bedrock of any great product.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here, with your customer segments. This single block, it's the beating heart of your entire business model.
One of the biggest strategic decisions you'll ever make is choosing who to serve, and just as importantly, who you're going to consciously ignore. You just can't be everything to everyone, so you have to get laser focused and ask that simple question, who are we really creating value for? Who is our most important customer? Okay, so once you know who you're serving, the very next block defines what you're offering them. This is your value proposition. And there's a reason it sits right next to the customer on the canvas, because you literally can't have one without the other. Your value proposition is the promise you make. It's that specific bundle of benefits that's going to solve their problem or satisfy their need. And listen, this is so important. It is not just a list of features. It's the crystal clear answer to that question every customer's asking. Why should I choose you over the competition?
Okay, so you've followed the gurus, you've defined your strategy, you've even mapped out your business model. You've done the fun part, the dreaming. But here's the thing, and any veteran PM will tell you this. Now comes the really hard part, actually making it happen. I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? A brilliant strategy on a PowerPoint slide is just a piece of paper if you can't bring it to life. And that gap, that space between the plan and the reality, that's where most strategies go to die.
So how do you bridge that gap? Well, research tells us that successful implementation isn't about one single magic bullet. It's all about the complex, interconnected relationship between 3 core pillars of your organization.
So let's break that down. First, you've got your strategy. Is the plan actually clear? Does everyone really get it? Next, your structure. How are your teams even set up?
Can they actually work together? And do they have the resources they need? And finally, behavior. Are people really bought in? Is there genuine commitment? And do you have leaders who can drive it forward? Because here's the catch. If you've got a weakness in just one of these areas, the whole thing can fall apart. And these right here, these are the silent killers of your strategy. And notice how they map directly back to those 3 pillars. A lack of common understanding, that's a strategy problem. Poor communication and turf wars between departments, that's a structure problem. And a lack of buy-in from middle managers, that's a huge behavior and commitment problem. Yeah, this is the messy, human side of product management.
Okay, so after all that, what do you actually do? Where do you start? Let's boil everything we've talked about down into a super simple, actionable toolkit to get you going.
All right, here it is, your 4-step game plan. Step 1, find your gurus, the people who will help you cut through all that noise. Step 2, define your strategy. Get crystal clear on the business why versus your product's what. Step 3, map your model. Use a tool like the Business Model Canvas to get your whole plan down on a single page. And finally, Step 4, plan for action. Start thinking about those 3 pillars, strategy, structure, and behavior, before they become problems.
Which brings us to one final kinda tough thought. You can master every framework. You can have the perfect strategy on paper. But at the end of the day, after all the canvases are put away, this job is about one thing: people. It's about navigating relationships, building consensus, managing expectations. Let's just call it what it is. It's about politics. And mastering that? Well, that might just be the most important part of the job